Hi everybody, in this video we're just gonna analyze a list of stocks that I've chosen for my scanner, for my string trading scanner, and those are the stocks that are close to the all-time highs, or at least a year high, or few years high. So those stocks actually has the potential to continue going up if the setup is right. So we're just gonna start and analyze these stocks here that are on my swing watch list. And as usually, we're gonna start analyzing with this 1 day time frame. And you can notice a few things in this stock right now. That is that this stock is actually in a clear uptrend. There's nothing, we know exactly what's happening. This trend line is holding pretty good, which is really, good thing that support is holding. And it was tested like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and it got rejected from it 7 times. And that line is also really close to this standard deviation channel line, which is actually the ideal position of turning from going down to going up. It's actually always around this middle line in the standard deviation channel. So yeah, the thing what we have here is that we're really coming close to this high, and it usually finishes like that it actually forms some kind of little pattern on this level here. I tested it a few times, and I mean that would be like ideal situation. Just telling you what can you prepare for. And of course, breakout is the entry. Is if this 5 minute if the 5 minute chart pattern has some good setup, like crossing a new high in a good way. And the good way is just constantly, stable, creating higher lows. And higher lows are actually a sign there is, that the breakout is gonna happen soon. And also here we can see the volume is really good, so we don't have to worry about that. And one more thing I want to mention is this stock has 500 million volume, which is actually a float, which is actually telling us that this stock cannot move that much in 1 day. So this would be a swing trade. Look at this. It moved, the most it moved is like 7%. Here is like 9% total how it moved in 1 day. So yeah, it's gonna be holding for a little bit more time, and we also can see this earnings per share minus 0 point. It is getting bigger and bigger. Earnings per share getting bigger, so that's a good sign for this company. It is mining company, and the average daily volume is 7 million, and we can see that yesterday it was 7.5. It was 9 day before. So yeah, the volume is pretty good. It is bigger than usually because the breakout is getting really close, and we're entering into the new year, so we can expect anything right now. Okay, so let's move on. The next is RF. So the first thing I can mention about the RF is that RF has a float of 900 million, so it's probably going to move in slower. The biggest green day was 8%, so you can expect maximum 5% in 1 day. So it's probably going to be swing trade as well, to some key levels. But if we want to take it 5%, it's going to be good again, as well. And the same thing that's happened there is here happening as well. That we're really close to the resistance. We tested it 2 times, and now we're having higher lows for the first time. Price staying above the moving averages. Maybe something similar like this. It's going up under, but then it's continue going up again. Okay, so this might be just another higher low. This is the last higher low. This is another higher low. And what I also mentioned is when you look at a bigger time frame, this right here, this resistance right here, is actually going to be our next resistance. So if you want, you can just wait for some kind of pattern to create at $17 the same like it was created here, or you can just enter here at the breakout. So if it rejects from here to here, you can always exit at a break even, but it's up to you to decide where exactly you're going to enter. This is just the opportunity. The stock usually when it hits a new high, it usually goes even higher because there is no next resistance there. Okay, we can move on. ENDP. Okay, so this stock has a float of 227 million, so we could expect that much of a movement, you know. And the first thing we can notice here is it is in an uptrend. It's in a lower side of the standard deviation channel, but this is on a 20 years, I think, time frame. Yes, it is. So we're not going to look at that standard deviation channel. But here, why do you use this huge time frame? Is because you want to determine where's the resistance and where's the support. Okay, so next resistance is clearly here because how are you looking at it? This was the last one. Then you go like here. This would be one, but we already crossed it, so we're just gonna ignore it. And you go, where could the next be? And yeah, it's pretty clear. It is like a mountain, you know. You just mark that level. But what else we have? What else do we have here? It is $8. So $8 is natural resistance, but it actually doesn't matter because we already crossed 7, and now we're just gonna waiting for another confirmation, you know. In an intraday chart pattern, and this is what it is. All right, this is what we have here, and I'm going to show you an example right here. All right, so this is another area that is being tested after it crossed 7. So this is the area before it's going to break out, and eventually it's going to reach this $8. So yeah, it's about 10% profit, maybe 9%. Let me calculate exactly how much. Right, it is 9.5%. Right, and what was the situation before this one that happened as well? It is this. All right, this was resistance tested like 3 or 4 times here as well, and after the breakout it just went up 7% in a day. So yeah, you could probably expect moving 5% in a day. That you're just gonna see about it. And average daily volume is 5 million, so it should be about at least million or 2 million in a day before you're going in. Let's move on to the next one. FSM. All right, FSM is a stock. All right, let's start with 1 year. Excuse me for that. 1 year as well. All right, so here we're looking at okay, standard deviation channel. This is a good position in the middle of it, and it is in an uptrend, so that's good. And what can we see here? All right, here is a triple bottom, and it's pretty clear that it is a triple bottom. It was clearly rejected from that level 3 times, and it is also like $6 level. So yeah, and here we had like triple top as well. This was like a channel. It was a clear channel. And what happened? Um, a few days before, there was a breakout, and this time was a breakout. It continued going up a little bit the next day. We can go more into details right now. All right, so here's what it is. And what do you want to enter here? You want to, again, some level to be tested. Like this here looks like a good level to be tested because it was tested 2 times. And yeah, one more thing here very important is that we're having really stable higher lows. So yeah, here might actually happen the breakout. And the thing you also want to know about it, that it has a float of 182 millions. So yeah, it's not gonna move that much in a day, but it's gonna move. It's not bad. Like here, it actually moved 9% in a day. Usually, well, just reduce your take profit goal from the usual one. Just increase your chances of success. Okay. So if the stock usually moves in a day maximum 10%, you're just gonna probably aim from 7%. You just want to be sure to take your profit, not to lose all of the profit just because of the few percents. Okay. SLM. All right, so what about SLM? Let's move to the bigger time frame. Yeah, it's a little bit high, but it's because it's a new high. All right, so that's why it is. And yeah, it probably just continues going up even after a new high. So yeah, this was actually breakout and retest, and now we're gonna have another breakout probably. All right, so SLM, you want to know the float? It is 370 million. Average daily volume is 3.7 million. Yeah, so this actually tested it again, and it closed the day really high. So we could probably be looking for breaking of this for the continuation of it. But this is not my favorite pattern from all of these we'll be looking at. Here you go. this is not my favorite. This is just an option for you to trade if you see the opportunity, and we'll see what's going to happen with it. Let's go to the VTGN, and we can start with the float. VTGN has the lowest float of all these stocks. It is 70 million float, and usually the average daily volume is in 1.5 million in a day. So yeah, this is coming close to the $2. We can look at a few more things here. Where was the resistance? Yeah, the resistance was here, and it broke in it, and that's why it continued going up. But what is really interesting with this stock that now it is coming really close to the $2. And if we see nice pattern in the $2, it's probably going to move to the 2.4. So 2.2 would be our take profit. All right, so we can go more into the details. And yeah, I like that it is stable moving up. And after it broke out, after it was going up, it actually stayed up. But the thing that is not really good here is small volume. VTGN has average of 1.5 million volume in a day. And we would probably need some little bigger volume than usually. All right, some clearer charts. I want to see clear charts and a bigger volume, some volume in a pre-market. Level 2 got tested, and yeah, at the breakout of a $2, it would be the entry if the conditions are right. Okay, let's move to the unit UNIT. All right, so if we go to the 1-day time frame, it's pretty clear that this is a resistance. We are in an uptrend. The trend line is holding really good, and standard deviation channel position is all right. So yeah, this is a level that was tested a few times. But what I don't like here is this unclear chart. So it's probably gonna higher risk trade. I'm probably gonna avoid this trade because of this unclear charts. If you're still going to be interested, this float is 200 million, and the average daily volume is 2 million. So yeah, I'll probably avoid it, but it's still, I cannot lie that there is opportunity, after a breakout of $12. Let's move to the TECK. TECK, we can start with a float, has 500 million float and a 4 million, average daily volume. And this is clearly a resistance. This right here is higher low, and we're waiting for the breakout. It's probably going to take some time, maybe even in a few days it happens. And a breakout of $19. $19, yeah, that's where the entry would be. Okay, and when we look at a smaller time frame, it's pretty logical. This right here could be a triple bottom, but we'll see how it's going to work out. CNHI has a float of 1 billion, so it's moving pretty slowly. It broke out. These are all previous resistances, and this is at $13. So you're probably going to want to enter the breakout at $13, and wait for a couple of days, of course. Set your stop losses properly, but you still don't want it to be on high of the standard deviation channel when you enter on that small time frame, because that means that stock's probably going to go back to the middle of it. So the lower on the standard deviation channel you enter, the better it is for you. Then recap about OR. There's again reaching new high again. That's the case. So we have as well these higher lows. It's pretty stable support, and that's what I like to see. And float is 150 million, 700,000 is the average daily volume. So we want to be seeing a volume about 1 million. And yeah, retesting of the support of this resistance, getting really close to it, and volume starting to get higher. So that's how we're gonna know if there's gonna be breakout. So that's it about this video. I hope you liked it, and let me know what do you think. Let me know if you have any questions. And just a reminder, you're just making trading decisions for yourself. I'm just giving you an insight of how do I look at it. So that should be clear to you. Use your own risk management, use your own trading rules, and tell me if you make some profits. All right.